Hello everybody, Angie here. I am coming on to do a quick little video with you guys using transparent stickers. Now, I don't know if this is something that's been done before, but I pulled up my transparent stickers for a collage make that I did on my previous video, and it got me to thinking. I am motivated and goal-orientated to use what I've got. I am on a 3-month hiatus of no spending for craft supplies, so I am just trying to go through what I've got, pull out pieces that I haven't used in a really long time, and do some journal makes and ephemera makes and different things with that. So when I pulled out these, I love these stickers. I absolutely love them. They come in little collage squares where they're kind of put together to where they play nice together, where you can, use this piece and do a nice little make. And each one are color coordinated and, kind of set to go together. And I have a big stack still left of these. I had a lot, but I'm slowly getting through them. But it got me to thinking, what can I do with these? Because I love these stickers. I love my transparent stickers. So, along that line, I decided to pull out some that kind of spoke to me, and I was particularly looking for stickers that are kind of the same size, and that's where I started. Okay, I'm going to walk you through what I did, and then I'll show you some of my makes. So let's just pull out a few, and we'll do kind of the initial that's a good one. Okay, I think that's plenty. So this is what I did. I just grabbed a stack and kind of went through them and tried to find some that are similar in size. And what I mean by that is like, say these two right here, okay? They look like they're the same size, right? So what I did, and we're just gonna back them, back to back, and make a pretty piece, okay? So I'm gonna lay this one with the sticky side up, if I can, okay? And then I'm gonna put this one, and since this one is empty on this inside, we need to find something that will look nice inside there. Let's see, so something smaller, something like that. Yeah, let's just go with that. Now I can put this one down first and put the frame over the top, or put the frame down and put that over the top. It doesn't really matter because they are transparent, but I'll try to get that in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to put the frame over the top. So then I have something pretty on both sides. Okay, and I'm going to try my best to line these up. And that looks pretty good. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I got a pretty little design on that side. Then you flip it over and I've got a pretty design on that side. So that's one. So let's find a couple more. How about, let's see. And the good thing about these transparent stickers, like say I want to see how these are going to line up. See, I can overlay them like that, or flip it over and see how it's going to look. See, that one's too small. Okay, so let's find something else. Oh, here's two circle ones. And I do like when I can put different shapes. Okay, so those are going to work. So let's put this one, sticky side up. Really easy craft, guys. Takes a little bit of time to kind of line it up, but if you get it a little off, it's not too big of a deal. There we go. And if you like that, okay, and that's kind of plain on that. So let's find something to put on this side. How about a mushroom? Yeah, let's just overlay a mushroom. And you can build on them, because they're transparent and they're so thin. Oops. So they work really well together. Okay, I like that. Okay, there's one. And let's do one more. Let's see what I can find here. See if these two are about the same size right there. Let's look at these. Oh, I looked at these two already, didn't I? Keep going, being drawn to those two. Let's see. Let's see the size on these two. Almost the same size, just a small little border. So let's use those two. And then we'll see how that looks. Okay, so sticky side up. By the way, how is everybody? Everybody doing good? Everybody having a good day? Doing some crafting? All right, so then we'll put this one. Try our best to center it, even though it's a little smaller. It's no problem. And this is very easy. Mostly where I struggle right now is my nails get in the way. There we go. Okay, and since this side is blank, let's find something to put on this side. Maybe a flower or something. Let's see. Something florally. That's a little big. That's a little big. Let's do that. And you can put more than one if you want. Just build as you like. There we go. Okay, so that's what I'm calling a set. I've been doing like sets of 3, and you can line them up however you want, small to large, offset these shapes, kind of however you want to do it. I kind of like that layout like that, top to bottom, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's see if we can do one more real quick. Let's look at these sizes there. They're pretty close. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's 2 that the shape is almost the same. Let's look at that. Let's use those ones. Okay, so there's one set of 3. Let's do one more set. And if they're top to bottom oriented, you want to make sure you get those lined up. Okay, that's a little different. So let's put another one. Maybe a little pop-up. That's a little big. A little big there as well. I like that. Yeah, I think I like that one. Yep, let's do that one. Overlay that one. There we go. How cute is that? And then this one's kind of plain on this side, so let's put something on this side. Let's put that, and then we can just snip that little piece of stem off. It's a pretty color. There we go. And then we'll just snip that right off. Where's my scissors? So it's easy enough to fix if you get one that's a little bit larger. Just trim it down. Okay, and then we've got that prettiness. Look at that. 2 stickers on that side and 2 on that side. Very light, vintage, and pretty. All right, so there's one. Let's do another. I like that one. this pretty flower will look on the back. That's pretty. Maybe with one of these little tags or something like that. Let's do that. That's pretty. Okay. So we've got sticky side up. And then lay this on this side, bring it right up to the top as far as we can. And then we'll put another little piece right down here. Like that. I like that. I don't want to put anything on this side. Mushroom. This little piece looks cute. Looks like it might be coming out of the rest of this floral element here. Maybe that, and then the heart. Cute. Okay, so that's number 2. Let's do one more. I like this olive oil one. Not quite the right size. These two are almost the same size. Well, I like that, and you can see the Eiffel Tower through the back of that. Let's do that one. That car would be a fun one to use as well. Okay. Line that up. It's pretty good. Okay, nothing's hanging over. All right, and for the layout for this one, let's do small to large, maybe something like that. It's completely up to you how you do your pieces, and it also depends on the size of your pieces too, how many you want to do. If you want to do 2 or do 3 or even do 4, okay, but I've been trying to do 2 to 3. And what we're going to make out of these are just journal dangles. Okay, now as I said, I'm trying to use what I have. Now the next step would be to either laminate these or cover over them with another strong type of piece of acetate or plastic. And what got me also to think about this is I recently purchased a new television. Okay, and on the screen it comes with a huge piece of acetate cover on the screen of the television to protect it from scratches. And it was a huge piece. Now I'm just going to show you a piece of this because I have cut it down, but here it is. Okay, and I didn't want to waste this. I was like, what can I do with this? And this is almost the same as like laminating something. Okay, it's really strong and thick. So I'm using this. So if you don't have a laminating machine, this is one. But if you do have a laminating machine, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay. So my next step, let's move these over, is putting them down in the position that you want. And then how did I have these now? Let's do 1, 2. Okay. So what I did, just put these down on this sheet, and it's sticky, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And where did my scissors go just that fast? Grab another pair. Now overlay another piece right over the top of that and seal it, just like a laminating, self-adhesive laminating sheet. And we're going to work it down, work out the bubbles. And press it together really, really well. Okay, and then we're just going to cut around them. So that's one set. Let's do the other one. We got 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do the same thing and seal that just like that. And with all those layers of transparent stickers, along with sealing it with the double-sided sticky acetate or laminate, whichever you choose to do. And these do come in self-adhesive stickers, but that's what got me to thinking. I was like, I do not want to waste this. Okay, so now we're just going to cut these out. Okay. And I pretty much just leave like a 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So there's one. Two. And of course, it's a lot easier if they're straight edged, you know. I don't know if you're like me, but I can't cut a circle very well. You know, they can be a little difficult, so just take your time. So there's one set. Here's the second set. It doesn't have to be exact, but get it as neat as you like it. Okay. Okay, there's one, last one. All right, put that out of the way. There we go. So we've got set, oops, I forgot the circle. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready. Okay, guys. So let's see how I had these. Right side up. Okay. Let's do this, this, this. This. This and this. Okay, so then you decide how you want to have them formatted and laid out. And I like this will be the first one, second one, and third one. Okay, and we're going to make some dangles. So here you got to decide what you want to do next and how long you want them, because you're going to have a little bit of space in between each one, of course. Okay, I am working with what I have. Okay, I do not have any of the really small, I think they're 1/8 eyelets. So I am just poking a hole about a 1/2 inch up on the bottom, 1/2 inch up on the top, 1/2 inch on the bottom, 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom. And I'm using jump rings to link them together. Okay. And they have been working fine. But if you want them to be a little bit more decorative and sturdy and heavyweight, use eyelets there, there, there at the top and the bottom of each of your pieces, and then loop them together with a jump ring and put a jump ring in between, you know, each one, okay? And then on the bottom, you can put yourself another little bead, dangle, tassel, whatever you want to do, okay? Kind of, I'm just grabbing some, okay, just like that. And then on the top pieces, you want to put, of course, a jump ring as well, and then put your top piece however you want that, whether it be a claw clip, a bulldog clip, clasp, however you want to do that. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. And then you put, or you can put even a bulb pin on the top, depending on how you're going to use that dangle and where you're going to position it. Whether you're going to put it on the outside of your spine, whether you want it to be within the your junk journal somewhere on a page, hanging out over the edge. You have to determine what type of a top clip you want to put on there, and again, how long you want that to sit. Okay, if you use 3, they're going to go pretty much probably close to 8 inches. Okay, as you can see, I have it a little bit spread out, of course, but you have to determine how big and how long you want each piece to be. So like, see right there, that's at about 7 inches. Okay, once you put that together, this one would be, you know, about 6.5, you know, and then depending on what you have dangling from the bottom. And it's simple as that. They are so cute, so fun, and so easy to make, guys. Like I said, if you have some self-adhesive laminating sheets, or if you have a laminating machine itself, it's so fun. They come out to being really, really, really sturdy pieces. So that's why I feel comfortable with making this even without using an eyelet. Okay, and let me show you some of the ones that I made, a few. Okay, so I'll make these off camera because it does take a little bit of time. You've got to do the holes, and then you've got to get your tools and get them in. Okay, but here is what you have at the end. So fun and so pretty. Okay, you end up with something, and you have prettiness on both sides. Here's one. I put a little dangle on the bottom of that one using 3 pieces. Here's this one, and I used, I don't know what each kind of clips these are called. Okay, but I used that clip on that one, and I just used 2 pieces and put a couple little dangles there. And I brought in some of the colors that are actually in the stickers on that one. I think this is one of my favorites there. That one's really pretty. And I didn't put anything on this one yet because I'm not sure where I want to use them. Okay, there's that one. Isn't that pretty? And then here's this one. And I used what are those, like a crab clip or claw clip? I'm not sure what they're called. And put a little dangle on that one. Isn't that cute? And all it takes is a few transparent stickers, guys. Some jump rings, you know, grab yourself a few loose dangles, and that's all I did. And I'm just taking these little bits and pieces apart and using them and kind of tying in some colors that are in the stickers. Okay, and you've got yourself some really, really cute, fun, functional dangles. And then this last one here, I used some of the word elements, and I put 3 of them together. And you can clip it on a tag, you can clip it on the edge of a page, on the outside edge of a page, you know, however you see fit. Let's see, you know, like say this is the outside of your journal page, clasp that, let it dangle down like that. Isn't that just adorable? I think that's a really fun and easy make, and a pretty additional element for your junk journals and your junk journal pages. Just a few elements, guys. Some stickers, some dangle pieces, some jump rings, and a little bit of time. And you are going to be very, very pleased with the outcome. Okay? So if you have these pieces and you like this kind of a make, give it a try. Have some fun. Guarantee you're going to love it. Okay, guys? Well, that is what I've got for you. I'm going to keep going on these makes, and I hope you guys like that, and I hope you guys give it a chance, okay? And give it a try. As always, guys, thank you for stopping by my channel. Take care. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.